Hi there, this is the Next Gen Guide to English Grammar, and this lesson is a summary of past simple sentences. Our first sentence, Erin went to Harvard. So let's start, as we did last time, with putting the structure of past simple sentences, which is subject, verb to. And it should be quite straightforward. Where is the verb here? Of course, it's went, which is the past of to go. So went, who went to Harvard? Erin did. So Erin went to Harvard. So remember, we simply use the past simple for completed actions, actions that happened in the past and are now finished. So our next example, Mr. Brownlow was a very kind man. This is slightly different here in that we're using the verb to be. So let's put the structure, which actually is the same structure. So subject, verb to, only here, this is the past of be. So we're using the verb to be and the past of it, which becomes was. Why do we say was and not were? Remember, the past of be can be was or were. Well, here, the subject is Mr. Brownlow. Mr. Brownlow is a he, and when the subject is he, then be becomes was. He was, Mr. Brownlow was, a very kind man. He knocked loudly on the door. Same again, very straightforward. Subject, verb to. Of course, this time we're using a regular verb. So knocked is the past of to knock. And who knocked? He did. So the subject is he and verb to is knocked. So for negative past simple sentences, we have, this is where the big change happens. So for negative past simple sentences, we start with subject. And then did not or didn't. And verb one. We don't use verb to, we use verb one. So we didn't go. We don't say we didn't went. All right, that would be a mistake. All right, so we didn't go, verb one, shopping yesterday. Here's didn't, and who didn't? Well, we. So the subject is we. We didn't go shopping yesterday. I didn't open the window. Exactly the same here. Subject, didn't, verb one. So verb one is open, to open. Didn't, who didn't open? Well, I didn't. So I didn't open the window. Exactly the same again in our next example. So the important thing is just to remember that we don't use verb to when we're negating in the past simple tense. Didn't. Verb 1, which is finish. Didn't finish. Who didn't finish? The cat. Didn't finish all of its food. Maybe it wasn't very hungry. Now let's look at some questions. So the structure for past simple questions is did. Well, this is a do question in the past. So this is the structure that we would use. So did, subject. What's next? Verb 1 or verb 2? What do you think? Verb 1, of course. Did you buy? Did you, subject is you, buy more milk? Now, here we have a WH question word, because we have an open question. So we want to know how something. WH, did, subject, verb 1. So it's the same as last time, we just add WH. So WH word is how do. How did, of course, and the subject is, of course, you. How did you do that? And the last question, did you like it? So same as our first question example. What's this here? What part of the sentence is this? It's a verb. Which verb? 1 or 2? It's verb 1. What's this part? That's right. Well, I hope you got it right. This is the subject. It doesn't really matter which order we do it. We should know the parts of the sentence by now. And of course, this is always did, because it's a past simple question. And we want a yes or no answer. So, did you like it? Now, a question for you. Mr. Jarndyce in a big house. All of these are grammatically correct. Mr. Jarndyce lived in a big house, was living in a big house, or had lived in a big house. However, only one of them is past simple. Should be quite easy. Let's put the structure of past simple. Of course, it's subject. What's next? Verb 2 for affirmative past simple sentences. It's not a question, it's not negative. So which one of these is just verb 2? Of course, it's A. Mr. Jarndyce lived in a big house. So that was the summary of past simple sentences.